Hey everybody, welcome to Boomer versus X. Please like, share, and subscribe. Come one, come all. Hey Boomer, how are you?
Hey, what's going on? Thank you for
Same
all the
old, same
subscribers
old.
coming back.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So, what's going on today in the news? Well, it appears that finally have a peace deal between Israel and Hamas.
Yeah.
Let's see what's it doing.
hmm
On the way to the Middle East, where crowds here are waiting for news that the Israeli government has ratified the deal. Phase one in a process designed to bring an end to this devastating 2-year war. A full ceasefire will go into effect within the next 24 hours. A minimum of 400 aid trucks a day will enter Gaza. On Friday, Israeli troops will begin a partial withdrawal, but they will remain in over 50% of the strip. And Hamas is expected to release the remaining hostages by Monday. Israel will also free hundreds of Palestinian prisoners and detainees. But some of the most difficult issues, like who will rule Gaza after the war, are not yet resolved. In our first report tonight, here's our foreign affairs correspondent, Porrick O'Brien.
Well, let's see how this goes.
Yeah. How many times have we heard this? How
Many,
many times? How many? Yeah.
but what are you going to do? You need a ceasefire deal. This needs to come to an end. I'm tired of it.
Yeah. I'm tired of it. And the only solution is a one state solution, the Israel state. That's it. The Palestinians, they got to go.
So the next 24 hours,
Eh,
you're going to have a ceasefire that will go into effect. You got 400 aid trucks to enter Gaza. By the day, Friday, the 10th of October, Israel troops begin a partial withdrawal. Then by Monday, Hamas has agreed to free all the remaining hostages. And that's going to be a combination of living hostages and I assume dead hostages.
and how many of them are dead?
Yeah,
You know,
that's
and they're going to take more hostages next year and the year after that and the year after that, and we're going to get another peace deal and another peace deal. I've seen so many of these goddamn peace deals, aren't there? They kidnap Israeli hostages, they kidnap American hostages all the freaking time, all my life.
well, what are you going to do?
And they need to stop killing Jews and
Yeah,
Christians.
but they're never going to.
There you go. It's an
So what do you-
endless war. It's an
So what do
endless
you-
battle, Tim Pool and Tucker Carlson. I hate to burst your bubble, but this is the endless war. It's never going to end.
I thought Donald Trump's original plan was good. Gaza Largo, you take over Gaza, you make it a vacation place, you put McDonald's and Starbucks all over it, maybe a Disneyland. I mean, that seems like a good plan.
As long as there's one Palestinian living there, you're never going to have peace.
People seem
Ever.
to forget. Remember 9/11 when that happened? And do you remember the video footage of all of the Palestinians, the Arabs cheering and clapping? People seem to forget that.
Every time a Western American Christian Jew dies, they have a party. So how am I supposed to call you my friend? You know, there's
Well,
no
what I
such thing
don't
in my mind. In my mind, there's no such thing as a trustworthy Muslim. There isn't.
what gets me is you get people that are marching for Palestine. You get people that are screaming genocide. But I mean, during World War II, were people doing this when we bombed Germany? Because in Germany there were hundreds of thousands of innocent civilians, women, mothers, children, that were bombed by
Yes,
us.
this happened during World War II. It happened for the Germans. It happened for the Japanese. We're killing too many Japanese. The atomic bomb was dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and right away we were criticized for doing that. Why didn't you wait for the Russians? Yeah, there's always been that side. Always. You're always going to have that side that's going to cry for the enemy
So
constantly.
you have the unrealistic humanitarians who don't
Those
understand that war, fighting evil, good against evil, is not a pretty scenario. It's
it's
full of
never been.
it's full of death. It's full of destruction. It's war. And there's no
You,
other way around it.
you name me one fight that you've ever been in your life that was clean. No blood, no bruises, no broken bones, no dislocated, no. You name me one fight that was pristine. I can't name you one.
Yeah, neither can I. Neither can I. Let's continue watching.
And detainees. But some of the most difficult issues, like who will rule Gaza after the war, are not yet resolved. In our first report tonight, here's our foreign affairs correspondent, Porrick O'Brien.
News came through late last night in Hostages Square, Tel Aviv. Agreement had been reached. The mother and sister of Matan Zangokar, a soon-to-be released hostage, summed it up.
I wouldn't
By
celebrate.
this morning, thousands had gathered
I would
to
not
celebrate the
celebrate.
most important deal Donald Trump has ever broken.
Well, they're celebrating for the moment. They're celebrating for now. At least right now, the carnage pauses. At least right now, the imminent death stops. But no,
I wouldn't celebrate until I hold him in my arms, because the Palestinians don't trust them. I've seen them break deal after deal after deal my entire life. They are not to be trusted because they're not trustworthy. They give you their word, my friend, my friend, my friend. Yeah, you got the knife in my back. That's all I've ever seen from Muslims and Palestinians all my life. Yes, Arafat was the biggest liar I've ever known.
Well, I think we're going to see the hostages on Monday. I do believe that. Now, how many of them are going to be alive? I don't know. In what condition they're going to be? I don't know. But I think everything's going to go through. It's just a matter of how long will it last.
And they always want the same thing, the Palestinians. Release more my terrorists in your Israeli prisons. They're just releasing terrorists. That's all they're releasing.
Can you
They're
imagine?
going to go kill more Jews.
Can you imagine how many terrorists are going to be released?
Yeah, they get it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
It is a declaration of the end of a war. Not a temporary ceasefire, but not a peace plan either. On the streets, though, those distinctions didn't matter. And in Gaza, celebrations too.
They think they
You
won.
could finally see the face.
Remember when this first started?
Mhm.
I remember seeing satellite images of the city, and people were just in Gaza, were just kind of waiting around. A lot of them were outside of the hospitals. You know, the satellite televisions, the CCTVs they have set
Mhm.
up.
Mhm.
I remember watching that, and I remember thinking, wow, in just a few months, all of this will be rubble. And it's all rubble. It's all rubble. And imagine how many of these guys are pissed off that
Oh,
are young.
they think they're one. They think they showed those goddamn Jews. Look at what we did to the damn Jews. We're heroes. They're not happy because of the peace deal. They could care less about any peace deal. They haven't cared about any peace deal in the past. How many more decades are they going to be the victims? Are they going to be the poor Palestinians? Oh, cry for me. They've been for 100 years.
As long as you have liberals, they will always be victims. They will always be the oppressed. As long as you have liberals romanticizing them, that's never going to change.
Stop killing people. Trade with the goddamn Jews. You've got a port right there. You're right at the Mediterranean. You need to have your own electricity. Why does the Jewish state need to provide electricity for them and water
Well, that's
and
the thing.
and aid?
That's the thing. Let go of your ego. Let go of your ego and learn from them. Learn from them. See how they found out how to make a beautiful country in such little time. Learn from the Jews. You know, maybe they'll teach you how to build a beautiful city with all the amenities. Let your ego go. Let it go.
All this is jealousy and envy that the Jews
Jealousy and
did.
envy.
That the Jews did this, they built that, and we didn't do shit. That's all that is.
Look at how gorgeous Israel is now. It's an innovated, technical city. It's beautiful.
All they spew is hate, Arthur. That's all they spew is hate.
Yeah.
That's all I know from
Faces of the men
these
who
guys.
spent 2 years covered in dust, pulling bodies out of the rubble, and those faces were smiling. For a short window, two societies defined by division and death, celebrating the same thing, the end of the nightmare.
How many of these kids are going to grow up to be a problem?
They trained them in elementary school to kill
Yeah.
Jews from birth.
Oh my God.
How many years must I see a Palestinian suffering, helpless? Good God, Jesus Christ! Go get a freaking job, do something, invent something, pull yourself out of your. Good God, billions of dollars, trillions of dollars in aid and food and this and that and I'm tired. I'm done. Go become an adult.
Yeah, so that's what's going on in Israel. Let's see what's going on in California. Apparently, there's this woman by the name of Katie Porter.
Oh.
And she's running for governor.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what Katie Porter's like. She seems lovely.
What you said, 3% of California voters who you'll need in order to win, who voted for Trump.
How would I need them in order to win, ma'am?
Well, unless you think you're going to get 60% of the vote. So you don't.
I feel like this is unnecessarily argumentative. What is your question?
Well, to those voters. Okay, so you.
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Okay. Thank you.
You're not going to do the interview with us?
Nope, not like this. I'm not. Not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
A California goop.
Jesus Christ. She seems wonderful.
Look at her answer, Arthur. Why would I need Republicans? Why would I need their vote? The rig is in the rig. It's rigged. The total, and look at her laughing at. She thinks I need Republicans. The total disdain, the total insult, the total ugh.
And here's the thing,
Democrats.
And here's the thing, lady. I'm not sure if you noticed, but your voter base is being deported. So she's in for a shocker.
Arthur,
your voter base is being deported.
I got 8 ballots. I got 4 in my name and the ballots of the previous owner. I could have voted 8 times and it would have counted.
In the election of 2020, I received 9 ballots. My daughter received 8.
And you used to see the people going to people's houses to collect ballots. It was called ballot harvesting and ballot stuffing. Of course, she doesn't need the Republican vote. It's rigged. It's corrupt. California voting process is dirty as all hell. I lived it. You and I lived it. You're living it right now.
You don't need any voter ID. You get multiple ballots in the mail. I remember going to vote and I go to the guy, I put my signature down and I go and I get my wallet and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I say to him, "Well, I'm giving you my ID." And he goes, "Oh, no, you don't need that." And I look at him and I go, "Well, what if somebody else comes in here and votes for me?" No, that shouldn't happen. You don't need voter ID here in California. You could just walk right in and say, "My name is Joe Schmo."
You can just walk right in and you can vote, especially by mail. You can vote in person and you can vote 5 times in the mail.
Yeah, well, as many times as they send you a ballot. But look, if they clamp down on this, in conjunction with all the illegals that are being deported, She's in for a rude awakening. She does need Trump voters.
And look at that disdain. Why would I need conservative
Well, look at
Republican
you.
voters?
You have a heavy set Karen. I mean, the white liberal women must love her. She's bitchy. She's overweight. Yeah, I mean, look at her. This is the quintessential white liberal woman. They must adore her.
And they all look down their noses at conservatives in California. We are total garbage to them. We are crap to them. That's that face, that laugh. That's how you get treated. People who live in red states in conservative areas will not know what we are talking about. They will think we're crazy. But that's the hell of being a conservative in a bright neon blue state you can see from space.
Oh,
It's so bright neon blue.
you're shunned. You walk down the street with a Charlie Kirk or Trump t-shirt, you get foul looks. You might even get assaulted.
California Representative Katie Porter was recorded trying to pull the plug on the sit-down interview with CBS News Sacramento last month. The bizarre encounter, which aired online earlier this week, captured Porter flipping out when reporter Julie Watts asked how she planned to win Republican votes as she tries to replace Governor Gavin Newsom in 2026.
We're going to go from this guy
Following a
to that
brief
woman.
back and forth where a testy Porter insisted she could build support and would seek every vote possible, the Democrats suddenly cracked. Porter seethed at what she described as argumentative follow-up questions before trying to cut it off. "I don't want this all on camera," she later added.
Of course she doesn't. Of course she doesn't.
Yeah, do you know who I am? Stop asking me these questions.
From a reporter, how can
Yeah.
I thought we were allies. I mean, you and the media. We're friends, right? We're all the same, right?
Yeah, she just asked her a simple question.
They don't like being challenged.
Yeah, and apparently she's getting
Arthur, the rig is in. She's supposed to be in on it. Aren't you supposed to be in on the election fraud? Aren't you?
Yeah.
But
apparently she's getting kickback from the left. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. This is another this is some more footage that popped up. Let's check it out.
I'm on the oversight committee, you might know, and that is where we did a study recently this fall in September, and what it showed is if we don't electrify our transportation sector, that we're going to lose more than 500,000 Californians dying prematurely to air pollution and other problems, and the state could lose. Get out of my fucking shot.
I wanted to tell you that that's actually incorrect. It's not that it's electric vehicles. It's that if we don't meet the commitments under the Paris Climate Accord.
Okay, it does. Okay, you also were in my shot before that. Stay out of my shot. Okay, I'm going to start again with electric.
Yeah, man. So that I must have a mental problem because I think that's kind of sexy. Crazy woman. Arrgh.
What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? What happened to that? Peace, love, and understanding. Just flower power. Remember the flower power children and the tie-dye t-shirt children, and they dance at the protest people, and they wear the funny costumes and the signs. That is a Republican's worst nightmare right there. That's on full display right there. That is your Santa Monica, and I used to deal with these guys all the time when I lived on the West Side. The Santa Monica liberal. Save the whales. Remember when it was save the whales, save the dolphins? A young person can know what I'm talking about. It was all about saving the whales and saving the dolphins. But the minute, and this was a true story, the minute I laid my hand on this rich guy's BMW,
they'd freak
he
out.
was all about saving. He freaked out. He was all about saving the whales and saving the dolphins and bringing peace on earth and saving the rainforest in Brazil. And the minute I went to touch his BMW, he get the fuck out of my fucking car.
I remember in the old.
You were doing touching my fucking car. Get the fuck out of here, you filthy. What the? I thought you were saving the planet. Okay.
Yeah, I remember working an event in Santa Monica, and I started to see that the tide was changing. I heard a guy go, "Who are you voting for?" And she goes, "You know what? I'm a Trump girl." And she goes, "What about you?" He goes, "Oh, I'm voting for Trump. I'm sick of this nonsense." So I think the tide is changing. The only thing that needs to be adjusted is the fraud. I think people are tired of being looted. They're tired of being beaten and robbed. They're tired of low income housing. They're sick of it. They're sick of all of it.
Okay, so let's say you do get a Republican governor. Just out of miracle by miracle by miracle, you get a Republican governor. He
Right.
still has to deal with a Democratic legislature and the unions. You cannot spit without getting permission from a goddamn union boss in California. They're that powerful. They're the ones responsible for the $20 an hour McDonald's worker that you got a $50 cheeseburger.
All right.
You can't do squat without the unions, and the unions are all for illegal aliens. They're all for union corruption. They're all for Section 8 housing. They're all for everything evil in the world comes from a goddamn union now.
Well, the illegal aliens have to be removed. That's number one. You have to remove all illegal aliens.
That is the union dues base, the illegal aliens.
Oh, the union, get a load of this. The union was fighting for illegal aliens. Now, union is supposed to help the American worker, protect the American worker. And what happened? The president of SEIU was arrested for fighting for the release of illegal aliens.
Yeah.
Why would you help and support people that are not legal citizens that are taking jobs from your union members? Why would you fight for them?
Money, because they're going to give you money. That's the future right there. Money.
Well, it's like the Catholic Church. They were making tons of money during the Biden administration.
Yeah.
And now they're joining the protesters. They're out there.
Yeah.
And it's, it all comes down to the almighty dollar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I think you need to remove all illegal aliens. And, you're right. It's going to be a slow crawl. If this state ever gets fixed, it's going to be a snail's pace. And it won't be in my lifetime.
You're going to have a complete Republican sweep of everything. The assembly, the legislature, the governorship. You're going to have a clean sweep of everything. And with LA County and San Francisco County, good luck. Because that's where the majority of people live.
And you know what started all this, right? You know where this began?
Where?
Ronald Reagan giving them amnesty.
Oh.
That changed everything.
Yeah.
I believe he only did it because he was suffering from Alzheimer's. I really do. I really do believe that. They got him when he was on his last leg, and he just granted all the illegals amnesty.
Well, you have to remember that back then, the corporations, the companies, the meat packing plants, the chicken plants, the farm workers, the huge corporations, they wanted illegal alien labor. So I think that's why he did it. He did it to placate the corporations.
Well, it wasn't just corporations. It was just your typical upper class family. They wanted their maid, Henrietta, to stay. They wanted that cheap labor. They wanted the nanny who they were only going to pay 30 grand a year.
Her name is Henrietta. Is that her name? Is that her name? Henrietta? Yeah.
Well, your mother worked as a housekeeper for how long? Yeah, man.
Don't talk about my mother. Don't talk about her. those are fighting words. I'll mess you up, man. I'll go mess you up. I will. Right. I'll do it.
I'm sure you will.
Want to fight?
Let's do some more California news.
Oh, man.
Well, apparently,
this guy. Look at him.
They found their patsy for the Palisades fire. Let's listen.
Did this Uber driver start one of the most devastating fires in LA history, the Palisades fire? 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht was taken into custody and is charged with setting a small fire on New Year's Day that burned underground, eventually erupting a week later into the Palisades fire that devastated the wealthy neighborhood.
He dropped someone off. He was in this neighborhood, and he went up to this hilltop around 12:12 a.m. He ignited a fire.
During the investigation, 2 of his passengers described his mood the night the fire was ignited.
He appeared agitated and angry that night.
The arrest comes after a 9-month investigation.
He was the only person in this location at the time this fire ignited.
I don't know, man. There's a few things that don't sit right with me. So they say that he was up there, he started this fire, and it went underground. The roots started to cook underground, and a week later, the real devastation started. Now, either there's some sort of conspiracy going on, or the LA Fire Department is just completely incompetent. It's one of those two things, because whenever you have a fire in the wilderness, the first thing that happens after they contain it is they sweep it with the sonar. And they sweep it with sonar so that they make sure there's nothing burning underground. So they didn't do that? I mean,
I don't know, Arthur.
It sounds like something's not right here. You know, something doesn't sit well with me.
We have no other indication that any other person was there. There were no fire.
You got a homeless person here starting fires every 15 minutes. And I'm supposed to believe this is the guy.
Fireworks at the time.
As evidence, authorities cited these images he generated of a burning city via AI. They also say in the weeks leading up to the fire, Rinderknecht watched a music video that shows a French rapper starting small fires. I'm in the heart of the Pacific Palisades, where the
AI, and he's watching a French rapper rapping about fires. He must be the guy. I don't know, man. Newsom and Bass have a lot to gain from this.
Oh yeah, they have a fall guy. Now they have a fall guy. They have a boogeyman. Well, he started the fire, not me. No, that's the guy right there. Yeah. It's a distraction. Absolutely, this is a freaking distraction for them.
You know what would be funny?
Deflection of blame. Absolutely.
It'd be fun. You know, it'd be funny if you just jumped out of nowhere with your hat and you pow, like Ruby did to Oswald.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You don't think they're going to Epstein him? Yeah, eventually. Yeah, you started the fire, didn't you? Boom. There you go.
Yeah, he'll end up committing suicide in his jail cell.
And you're right. Was there a fire there before? And they didn't because they always look for the embers. They have to put out the embers.
So I was talking to a firefighter friend of mine, because when I first heard that story, I had to watch this. I had to watch it like 6 times. It just wasn't clicking for me. It didn't make any sense. So apparently the kid goes up there, he watches a video. He has some AI images of the city burning, and he starts a fire after dropping off his passengers. Okay. So due to his cell phone location, apparently he was the only guy there. So the firefighters go in and they contain the fire. The firefighters leave. A whole week later, the carnage starts. And the carnage starts because in the location where he started the fire, the roots underground were cooking. But my firefighter friend said this doesn't make any sense, because whenever we fight wildfires, the first thing we do is we go in there with sonar. And we do that to make sure nothing's burning underground, especially in the woods. That's like common sense. You sweep the whole area with sonar to make sure nothing's burning underground. So either this is a conspiracy, either they wanted this to happen, or they're incompetent, which could be the case, because we later learned who was running the fire department. It was DEI.
Arthur, I'm no expert in California in wildfires. I never joined the smoke jumpers. I'm not a smoke jumper. I don't know anything about. But from what I've seen, from just my personal observation of living in California for all this time, they always go into the forest after a fire,
Right.
make sure there's no embers burning,
Right.
and they usually bring the tractors or the bulldozers or the little guys to dig up the ground. I've seen them do that after a fire, make sure there's no fire underneath.
And that's on top of the sonar.
And did they not do this?
Like
I
I
don't know.
said, it was either intentional, they intentionally didn't do it, or they're just completely incompetent. Which is it?
I'm sure the guy started a fire. I'm sure the
Right.
guy is maybe a pyromaniac. But whether he's responsible for that particular fire, I don't know.
Oh man, can you imagine his attorney? Can you
Because
imagine that attorney?
you got to take the length of time, right? He started the fire one day, and how long
Yeah.
before the Palisades fire came?
A whole week.
Are you sure it's a whole week? You sure? Wow.
Yeah, it was a whole week. A whole week later.
We used to get these guys at my facility, and they were 12 years old. We had a kid there that made the news because he burnt acres in the Santa Monica Mountains, and he was a pyromaniac. You're
Hey.
born as a pyromaniac. Oh yeah, you're 5 years old, and you're a pyromaniac.
Pyromaniacs
way.
are a dime a dozen.
And
They're
they're
everywhere.
strange. They're weird. These kids were weird. They were just
Yeah.
kind of like
Fire, fire.
Oh, you lit a match with those guys? Oh, fire, fire, fire. They were bizarre.
I've seen video footage of a pyro after he started a fire and he's watching it. He's like,
Oh,
look
yeah.
at it burn.
Yeah.
Look at it. It's just
Mhm.
consuming.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like getting off on it. It's the
Oh, yeah.
weirdest thing.
It's very sexual. Very sexual with these guys. Yeah.
I don't get it. I like women. I like gorgeous women.
Well, they
I'm
like
not
fire.
attracted. Yeah, they want to stick it in fire. Can you imagine taking a stick and stirring it in a campfire? They're probably getting off.
And you would be shocked and amazed how many firefighters are pyromaniacs. You'd be shocked.
Yeah. All right, let's look at how many illegals have social security numbers. Apparently, 5 million illegal. 5 million illegals automatically given social security numbers. They got welfare benefits and they were registered to vote.
In California.
Ohio and Dallas, and here are your top stories. Well, here's a fast fact for you. 5 million illegal migrants were automatically given social security numbers, obtained welfare benefits, and registered to vote.
That's crazy, Boomer. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
How many liberals, including my family members, they're illegal. They don't get social security numbers. And you know what? They pay taxes and they get nothing from it.
During a DOJ
Right.
audit earlier this year, it was revealed that illegal migrants were being funneled through a loophole in an automatic system that gave them social security numbers. DOJ saying they tracked the illegals and found that they were on a benefit program. They then looked in to see if they were on the voter rolls, and in a handful of cooperative states, they found thousands of them. Many of them had voted. DOJ highlighted a quote unquote dramatic
Wow.
rise in social security numbers issued to non-citizens via the Enumeration Beyond Entry (EBE) program, launched just
Get rid of them. Get them all out.
And who
Get
did
them
that?
all out.
Biden. Biden did
Yeah.
that program. Of course they wanted
Get-
illegals to come in and take and replace us. Of course they
Yeah.
wanted it.
The Great Replacement Act.
I believe it. We are being replaced by illegal aliens. We are no longer loyal
What?
voters to the Democratic Party. So we got to go. We got to be replaced.
You get 20 million people in, and they're always going to vote for you. Like LBJ, we'll have them voting for us forever. You get 20 million people into the country, and when it comes time to vote, they're going to look at that ballot and they're going to go, well, I'm going to vote for the candidate that's going to keep me here, and not for the candidate that's going to deport me immediately. It's actually a great idea.
Arthur, I heard this back in the 90s, the Democratic Party, because I was a Democrat. So the Democratic Party would always tell me, the changing demographic. We need to get prepared for the changing demographics. The browning of the country. That's what they called it. The browning of the United States.
Yeah.
So what am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to what? And then all of a sudden, when I turned more conservative, I was booed out of the party. We're going for the illegal alien vote, the browning of the country, the changing demographic.
You're immediately labeled a racist. Immediately.
We were replaced, Arthur. We were replaced.
You don't like Mexicans? And it's like, no, I don't like illegal aliens. That's who. What are you talking about, Mexicans?
And this whole thing that they don't benefit from tax. I had to go interpret whenever there was an illegal alien who didn't speak English. I had to go interpret, or they had an interpreter paid for by taxpayer money. We had to give them surgery paid for by taxpayer money. We have them glasses, braces, dentures, dental work. We have to give them free education.
Yeah.
Don't give me this crap that they don't benefit from the taxpayer money. I mean, we pay taxes. No, you don't. A sales tax ain't paying taxes. Everybody pays. Even tourists pay sales tax.
Yeah.
You know how many kids are illegal alien kids are in public schools?
Oh, millions. Millions of them. I grew up with them. I knew a kid who got here in the trunk of a car. His name was Jacito Conchito Lopez. And I laugh at how these people are like, you know what? You have no right enjoying Mexican food, enjoying getting Chinese. You have no right if you want them gone. All of that is American food. Mexican food here is Americanized. It's not food from Mexico. Go to Mexico and see what Mexican food looks like. It doesn't look like your burrito, rice, and beans.
Yes. Go eat real Mexican food, not the tourist food. Go eat real Mexican food and see if you don't die of diphtheria and sepsis, because I nearly did.
or see if you don't get fleas.
Yeah.
And see how many dogs are around.
Yes, dogs around the food. Yeah, around your tacos. Yeah, taking a piss on your beats.
No, they're in your tacos. They are inside of your tacos. Enough of that. Now we're going to talk about another psycho. So there were two teens who went hiking in Arizona, and they run into this psychopath. And this psychopath murdered them.
Yeah.
Sitting in a jail cell, the man prosecutors say brutally murdered two teenagers on a camping trip. The two teens were found shot to death near a remote hiking trail in Arizona after a Memorial Day outing. I spoke with the heartbroken mom of 17-year-old Evan Clark.
So you think it was just some random act of
horror, absolute horror. Teenage children.
The other victim was Evan's high school friend, 18-year-old Pandora Jolesrud. Chilling video shows the accused killer, 31-year-old Thomas Brown, being taken to Arizona's Maricopa County Jail. He's made to stand barefoot in a scanning machine that takes all his body's measurements in seconds. Brown's eerie, emotionless demeanor and ice cold.
Look at those dead eyes.
They do that to see if he's got something inside of him. Well, that's a bunch of bullshit. His body's dementia. They don't give a crap about the intestines. They want to see if he's got drugs or a weapon up his butt. That's it.
Look at those dead eyes, man. And I want to know, has this guy been in prison before? Was he in prison 30 times and they just kept releasing him?
Arthur, if he's mentally ill, he should have been in a mental hospital. Yay! But you shut them all down, you fucking Democrats.
Yeah.
Cold gaze as he's booked for first-degree murder is sparking comparisons with Brian Kohberger, the notorious killer of the 4 Idaho college kids. Detectives say Brown was camping near Arizona's Mount Ord with his wife and stayed behind an extra day. When she went home, he told cops he spent his day flying his drone around the mountain. After the bodies of the teenagers were found, investigators say Brown...
Can you imagine? Honey, I'm going to stay an extra day. Okay, call me when you get home. and he murders 2 kids.
And they're married. A lot of
And
these
they're
psychos
married.
are married. They with
What
children
did
of their own.
and what did she see in him, and what dating site did they meet on? I gotta know.
But you know,
Call the
alleged
police
killer.
helpline
Alleged.
to
Alleged. We don't know
Yeah.
if he did it or not.
Yeah, we don't know.
This is all alleged.
Yeah.
say he'd seen the campers and stumbled across their campsite, but had not spoken to them. But detectives say his DNA was found at the crime scene. Pandora
Uh-oh. DNA.
and Evan.
Look how young they are, man. They have their
Yeah.
whole lives ahead of them. And this
Yeah.
kid was he probably had a crush on this girl.
Yeah, you don't think so?
Yeah. No, I do think so. He probably was totally in love with this girl. It just sucks, man.
Let me take her out to somewhere romantic under the stars and
yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, they were shot. Whatever coward did this, and it's allegedly him.
Yeah.
Shot
we don't know.
them. So it's like you didn't even give, like, at least give them a shot to fight back. You got to shoot them like a coward. Their last
Teenage
moments
girl
were
and a
horrific.
teenage boy fighting back right there. I don't know.
Hey, at least they would have had a shot.
Yeah.
At least they would have had a shot. You know, with the gun, that's it. It's guns. You could be 90 years old as long as you're packing. It is the greatest equalizer.
Well, Arthur, those guys went out camping in the wilderness. He should have had a gun. The boy should have had a gun.
You never know. You can run into mountain lions, bears. You always should be carrying a firearm.
If you're going out into the wilderness, carry a freaking weapon.
Hey, this guy had one.
Were about to start their senior year at high school in Scottsdale. Evan's mom posted heartbreaking video of her journey to the spot where the bodies were found.
It's where I lost my boy. They died alone in this forest.
She says she had a bad feeling about the trip and pleaded with him to change his plans.
I asked him not to go that morning.
Her whole life is destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Their family's whole life is destroyed. And you know what? They're going to have to go to future parole hearings, and their lives are going to be destroyed all over again. We got a lot of negative comments about Erica Kirk, having a hard time and down the road dealing with future parole hearings, future hearings, whatever, regarding Tyler Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
And we got comments like, you guys are losers. You don't know anything. She has Jesus. We weren't saying that she was a weak person. All we were saying is that down the road, when she's going to have to deal with this for the rest of her life, and that it's going to be hard.
Those comments never were victims of crime. They just spoke out of emotion, out of irrationality. They just spoke out of a knee-jerk reaction to you guys have never been victims of crime. You've never been around crime victims. You've never been around law enforcement. They don't understand how the process works. The process is a meat grinder for victims.
Yeah.
It's an absolute meat grinder for victims.
And look at how many hearings Yoko Ono had to go through. John Lennon was assassinated in 1980.
Mm-hmm.
How, just off the top of your head, how many hearings does she have to go to?
God, I don't know, maybe 5, 6, 7. Who knows? I don't know how many times he's wanted to get out of jail.
And each time she's notified, and it shakes her world. And the days leading up to it, the drive over to where she needs to be, dealing with it at the facility, driving home, and then the days after. She's got to relive John Lennon being assassinated.
And you don't think his Hollywood team of lawyers is gonna put her on the stand?
Yeah.
For whatever reason. And she's going to have to go through grueling cross-examination. Well, did you ever meet Tyler Robinson? Did you see the security team? What, blah, blah, blah. What?
Yeah.
Remember when they used to grill rape victims? What panties were you wearing? Are you sexually active?
Yeah. And
you've been raped, and the lawyer is asking you these questions. I remember.
And that's another thing. Just wait. You're going to have the Mark Garagos, all the Hollywood lawyers, come out of the woodwork.
And just wait till he gets a brand new trial 10 years from now, and she's got to go through it all over again. That's what we were talking about. The process is hell. And it's going to be hell for her to go through it. We feel sorry for her. That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah. Well, they spoke from emotion. They typed from emotion. But anyways, we're out of here. The show's gonna come to an end.
Oh,
Boomer,
like and subscribe.
Boomer, it was nice talking to you. Thanks for spending some time with us. Please like, share, and subscribe. Be well, be safe, be good, and multiply.
Yep.
Bye.